Hello creative people, welcome back to my channel. This is Everly Green. I am Spanish illustrator and today we're going to continue talking about color theory basics and how you can apply them to create eye-catching color palettes. Color theory is crucial in illustration because it dictates how viewers perceive images and respond to them. And by understanding both color relationships and their psychological effect, we can achieve harmonious color schemes and convey specific feelings to set different moods in our illustrations. So today we're going to explore some more basic concepts like color psychology, warm and cool colors, hue, saturation and brightness. Let's start with color psychology. When we talk about color psychology, we talk about how colors influence our emotions. It's about understanding how different colors make people feel. By knowing the meaning each color has, we can use them to convey specific moods in our illustrations. For example, which of these colors would you associate with fire, and which one would you associate with ice? If you choose the red one for the fire and the blue one for ice, then you are absolutely correct, and that is because red is a warm color and blue is a cold color. Warm colors are those that evoke a sense of warmth. They can create a sense of energy, excitement, or urgency. They also tend to be visually dominant, so they are often used to grab the viewer's attention or evoke strong emotions. The three main warm colors are red, orange, and yellow. Red is often associated with strong emotions like passion, energy, excitement, and urgency, and even with anger or danger. Orange usually evokes warmth, enthusiasm, and creativity, and yellow symbolizes happiness and optimism. Cool colors, on the other hand, are associated with coolness, calmness, and serenity. Because cool colors tend to be soothing and create a sense of relaxation, they are often used to create calming and serene atmospheres. The three main cool colors are green, blue, and purple. Green is often associated with nature, growth, and harmony, although it can also symbolize strong emotions like envy or jealousy. Blue symbolizes calmness, trust, and reliability, and it can also evoke feelings of sadness or loneliness. And purple often evokes creativity and wisdom, and it can also be associated with mystery or royalty. These six colors, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, are also hues. Hue is the name of a color. It's the pure color itself, and your choice of color or hue will impact the mood of your illustration. But the hue or color you choose is not the only thing that is going to impact your illustration, because its saturation and its brightness is also important. So let's have a look at what saturation and brightness are with the help of the color panel in Procreate. To open the color panel, you simply need to tap on the circle in the top right corner of your screen. If we tap on value, we can see that at the top we've got three letters, H, S, and B, and they stand for hue, saturation, and brightness. As hue is simply the name of the colors, we can see all the colors that we can choose for our illustrations next to the letter H. Under that, we can see the letter S, and it stands for saturation. Saturation is the intensity of a color, so it's how vivid or dull a color looks. I'm going to quickly change from value to classic in our color panel so we can see it a bit better. And I'm going to choose a color, for example, this yellow. This yellow is a highly saturated color because it's vivid, bold, and pure. However, if I drag this color to the left, it becomes a low saturated color that ends up looking more muted, as if the color has been either diluted or grayed down. Saturated colors are perfect if you want to convey a sense of energy, happiness, and optimism in your illustrations, but they are also great to create a sense of urgency and drama. Low saturated colors, however, are perfect if you want to promote feelings of calmness, sophistication, and elegance in your illustrations, and they're also good to create a sense of nostalgia and melancholy. For example, this blue is highly saturated, which makes it perfect if you wanted to convey a sense of energy in your illustration, whereas this blue is less saturated, which would be perfect if you wanted to convey a feeling of nostalgia into your drawings. And last but not least, we've got brightness, When we talk about brightness, we are talking about the lightness or darkness of a color. So it's how close the color is to white or black. Colors can be high in brightness when they are closer to white and low in brightness when they're closer to black. The brightness of the colors we choose also influences the mood and atmosphere of our illustrations, because brighter colors are associated with joy, happiness and innocence, and they can also feel ethereal and dreamy, while darker colors can evoke mystery, seriousness and moodiness. For example, look at these two colors. Both have the same hue because they are both blue, but their saturation and brightness are completely different. The first one is brighter and more saturated, and it reminds us of a nice summery sky, whereas this one is less saturated and darker, and it reminds us more of the sky on a rainy day. Now let's see how we can apply this knowledge to create our palettes for our illustrations. I'm going to open this illustration as an example. This is the basic color palette that I came up with for this illustration. But as you can see, this palette is a bit different from the colors that I ended up using on my refined palette. And that's because this basic palette was tweaked a bit to meet the mood of the illustration. I wanted this illustration to feel warm, magical and exciting, but also quite moody and mysterious. So I used warmer colors that are fairly saturated for the main characters to make them look friendly, and I also used darker colors to make the illustration moody and mysterious. However, if we look at this illustration, you can see that the color palette is very different because the mood of the illustration is also different. This illustration is supposed to be more fun and energetic, but again, the basic palette that I came up with is a bit different than the one I ended up using, so let's see why I changed the colors slightly to fit the mood of the drawing. Since the main character is surrounded by nature and nature feels quite calm, I used mainly cooler colors in the background, but their saturation is not particularly high nor very low because I wanted it to feel calm but also with a bit of energy. Since the main character is a happy dog, the colors I chose for it are warmer and a bit more saturated than the colors in the background. I wanted for the illustration to evoke a feeling of joy and happiness, so the colors are also brighter than in the other illustration. Also, remember that practice makes perfect when it comes to color palettes and color picking. Experimenting with different color combinations will help you develop your style and deepen your understanding of color theory. And a great way to practice is to look at pictures you like and try and figure out why they are appealing to you, what colors catch your eye, and what feelings do they convey. By studying the color choices of different pictures and illustrations, you will start to understand how different hues, saturations and values work together to create specific moods and atmospheres. And all it takes is a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. So there we have it. Let me know in the comments if you would like to keep learning about color theory and color psychology. If you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel where I post artsy videos every week. Also, you can follow my journey as an illustrator on my Instagram account @artofgreenart, where you can find all my illustrations, including the ones featuring this video. Have a lovely day and see you in the next video. Bye!